Hello friends, again welcome to my channel. Today we are discussing about one specific type of the foodborne infection, that is the Campylobacteriosis. In the previous lecture we are taking into consideration about the foodborne diseases. Within that we discussed that the foodborne diseases, these are broadly get categorized into the two types, that is the foodborne infection and the food poisoning. Now within the foodborne infection, the foods, different type of the food, it acts as an vehicle for transferring the various type of the pathogenic microorganisms within our body, and these are responsible for developing the clinical symptoms of the diseases. In reverse to that, in case of the food poisoning, there is no direct presence of the pathogenic microorganisms within our body, but the metabolites, that is the poisonous metabolites which are produced by these microorganisms, these are responsible for developing the clinical symptoms which are present within the food. These are considered to be the food poisoning. Now today we are discussing about this Campylobacteriosis, which is caused by a group of tiny, strictly microaerophilic, curved or spiral, the gram-negative bacteria. Means again it is also caused by the gram-negative bacteria, as in case of the Salmonellosis. There is the causation of the Salmonellosis due to the Salmonella species, which are again the gram-negative bacteria. Now the most important two species of this Campylobacter which are involved within this foodborne infection, including the Campylobacter jejuni and the Campylobacter coli, which are responsible for causing the enterocolitis in the man. The Campylobacter jejuni, it occurs in the large number within the cattle feces and the poultry, because these are acts as a normal flora within the cattle. Now the Campylobacter coli are commonly associated with the human diarrhea and enteritis in the pigs, mostly in association with the Treponema hyodysentery. Now the Campylobacter jejuni and the Campylobacter coli cause the illnesses which are characterized specifically by the diarrhea, as these are responsible for causing diarrhea within the humans, then the abdominal pain, fever, nausea, vomiting, and the abdominal complaints. The jejunum, ileum, and the colon are, that is which are our body parts, these are primarily affected, resulting in the acute inflammation and occasionally abscess formation. This foodborne infection caused by this Campylobacter species, it is self-limiting. Now we are switch over to the clinical symptoms which are associated with the Campylobacteriosis. Now whenever we are considering about the incubation period about this Campylobacteriosis, it ranges in between 2 to 11 days and with the average of 3 to 5 days. Now the most important symptoms which are associated with these, including the firstly the fever, which is the initial symptoms occur within the cases of the Campylobacteriosis, which is followed by the fall swelling and the watery diarrhea, which runs for 3 to 4 days. Now the diarrhea may sometimes contain the blood and the mucus within the feces. The abdominal pain, it is associated with the backache and the high mortality rate. The condition, it is self-limiting but may last for up to the 10 days. Means it is totally depending upon the immune system of the person who is affected by this Campylobacteriosis. Then the mode of infection, how there is the causation of this Campylobacteriosis. Now this infection, it is causes or occurs by the ingestion of Campylobacter organisms along with the contaminated foodstuffs. Means whenever we are eating these contaminated foodstuffs which are contaminated with this Campylobacter, then there is the causation of this Campylobacteriosis. The food mostly which is responsible for transferring this Campylobacter, it includes the meat from the infected animals, unpasteurized milk, and possibly the cross contamination from these sources to the foods eaten, which are eaten uncooked or unrefrigerated. means whenever we are eating the uncooked or unrefrigerated foods, it is mostly responsible for causation of such cases of the campylobacteriosis. Now, along with the meats, the poultry constituents are the greatest potential sources of the infections within the human beings. Now, it is about the mode of infection and the clinical symptoms. Now, we are discussing about the preventive measures for this campylobacteriosis. Now, for the prevention of such a cases of campylobacteriosis, majorly there is the proper cooking of the foodstuffs. There is proper cooking of the foodstuffs which are derived from the animal sources. Which are derived from the animal sources means those of the sources which we are get from the poultry farms or from the cattle. All of these foodstuffs, these are properly cooked, and then only it can be eaten to avoid the contamination of this campylobacter. Now, the prevention of recontamination after the cooking means the care should be taken that there is no recontamination of the foods which are properly cooked. Then there is the proper refrigeration of the foods to avoid the growth of these microorganisms within the food sample, because the refrigeration temperature, that is the below low temperature, it is responsible for resisting the growth of this campylobacter. Then the recognition, control and the prevention of campylobacter infection within the animals. Along with that, the most important thing, it is the hygienic conditions should be proper, should be followed for avoiding the any type of the contaminations. So these are the major preventive measures within to avoid the cases of this campylobacteriosis. So it is the all over information about the foodborne infection, that is the campylobacteriosis, which is caused by the species of the genus Campylobacter. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and also share this video with your friends. Thank you.